Hey, it's me, Baddhan here for Leica Radio, for Utsa Plus, and of course, BizAsiaLive.com. Do you know what? I'm so thrilled to introduce you this very lady who is stealing your hearts, doing everything that she should be doing, and you know what? Getting so much love around the world. It's none other than Anupama herself, Rupali Ganguly. Rupali, how are you?
Hello. I am good, Raj. I am good.
I've been waiting for you to come to London, but वो नहीं हो रहा, so I thought I'll come and see you.
I know मेरा मन है वहाँ जाने का. I have not seen London. आज तक मैं कभी गई नहीं हूँ. So yes, I would really love to go there and see everything. And I love meeting people. So I love to get to know people. So पर घर ही पहुँच जाऊँ तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. Now it's become like 7 days a week. So for them to even give me a day off, I understand where the production is coming from. They don't want the quality to suffer. And they do try their best to give me offs whenever like I need it for my child, like for things that are important for him. But ऐसे छुट्टी मिलना तो I but ठीक है, God has been kind. I have work and I'm blessed. I'm in a blessed space. I have no complaints.
Yeah. And sitting in Mumbai, you obviously working day and night at the moment, Anupama. You know the ratings in India, but in the UK and of course around the world, कुछ पता है कितना love मिल रहा है आपको?
नहीं, जब ऐसे कोई बाहर से आता है, that's when I get to know कि अच्छा people are watching the show outside. But ratings as such, I really don't know. I mean, यहाँ पर also we see the ratings. We know that ऊपर नीचे. I'm extremely competitive, very competitive. Sometimes Ketki keep saying stop being so competitive, and I'm like no, but it is, if you don't have that zest, if you don't have competition, of course it's not the dirty kind of the jealousies and stuff, but the healthy competition, I think everybody should be competitive. Yes.
Well, it's sitting comfortably at number one in the UK, so yes, yeah, of course, still comfortably number one. So no competition ki baate there. We know quite clearly that it's number one, and Utsa Plus, the broadcaster, has been doing everything to make sure that it stays number one. So yeah.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Thu.
Yeah, two. Rupali, I do want to speak to you about the way the show has been going. It's obviously been on air for a couple of years. How have you seen the journey and to see where it is right now, and your character as well?
Anupama's had a phenomenal journey. I mean, from a housewife who was so regressive, who was a doormat literally, and did everything for her family, her world, her life. Her identity was her family, and then to finding her own, kind of finding her own identity, finding herself, finding self-worth, maybe self-love. And it's a huge thing, because women normally we are conditioned and we are brought up in such a way that we kind of, of course it's a wonderful thing to put your families first, to put everybody else first, yes, but we forget to even put ourselves last. You think of everybody, you forget to think of yourself. And Anupama is a journey of a woman who has started thinking about herself now. I mean, she is finally, she has a man in her life who loves her, who cherishes just her being, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to have guys like this. And probably there are people like that, probably there are men like that, but I think women forget to value them also. Yeah, so it's not always like it's a woman's world, it's of course a man's world too. And so Anupama's journey has been exceptionally phenomenal, from a completely क्या कहते हैं, कुएं का मेंढक जिसने बाहर की दुनिया ही नहीं देखी थी. The first time she stepped out, she learned driving, and then she went out and got herself a house, and then did a job, and in the process she also found somebody who loved her. She was not perfect. You are not you don't have the celebrity bodies. You have 3 grown-up children, you're a mother, and for somebody to come and fall in love with a woman, that in itself is such a huge high. And then to accept that oh, I am worthy of being loved, that was huge, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely wise words. Rupali, I do want to say also the females that have obviously follow the journey and that have found your character so relatable. I mean, what would you say to them? Because you've changed their lives, and not just the women, but also some of the guys as well.
I have not changed their lives. My writers have. My maker Rajan Shahi has. Probably, if the whole idea was when we started this show. I was 42 years old. Anupama was 42 years old, and when they showed the protagonist being 42, Rajan was के क्या पता if people will accept it, but देखो try करके देखते. It's a nice story. I want to tell this story. And that is how it began. We didn't think we're going to make this huge cult show, which is like talked about everywhere. And people talk about it. It's become like an iconic show to God has been kind. So it still hasn't sunk in, by the way. I still don't believe it's happening to Anupama. It's happening to me. So it was when a main protagonist, when we have 16-year-olds and 19-year-olds and proclaiming love and doing the romancing, prancing around teas and doing all these characters, and suddenly when women are in their 20s and 30s, they are relegated to being the mothers and the chachis and the mammies and everything. So leads are very difficult to come by. For a man to come out with a 42-year protagonist and make a show, hey, about a woman who's like treated badly in the house was a huge big deal. And I guess that is what people connected to. I told Rajan, I said, Rajan, I am, I've put on weight. I'm at home like this. I've not even cut my hair. I'm like, I'm fat and so just give me like 15 din ka time, then I'll lose weight. And I kind of little bit groom myself. I say, no, this is what I want, because see, mothers, and especially middle class mothers, mothers generally, they do not get time for themselves. Time निकालना पड़ता है. हाँ, थोड़ा सा आजकल की जो मॉडर्न वुमन है वो थोड़ा टाइम निकाल लेती है, जिम भी चली जाती है, थोड़े रात को पति के पास बच्चे छोड़ के पार्टीज में, पर वैसे बहुत कम होती हैं औरतें. 80% of the women are still घर में सुबह से लेके शाम तक. They are the ones who wake up first, sleep last, do everything in the house, yet are never appreciated कि अब तुम घर में करती क्या हो. Being the housewife is the most difficult job, and I've seen my mother do this, and I don't think my mother ever went to gym. So I kind of totally related and believed in Anupama. My Masi was going through the same situation, and it connected with me when I heard this story. So it had to connect with the women out there.
That's exactly
Yes.
what you done.
Yes.
That's why you touched their heart so much. Rupali, I still remember when we did the interview on another radio session that I was running before. The first day when Anupama went live, I remember that. And it got delayed by a few days. I think it was a pandemic that was going on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was like, Rupali, this show is going to be a huge success. And I don't believe, like, a couple of years down the line, we're talking about the show's success, breaking records and doing all sorts. And I just wish you so much more success with Anupama. But Anupama, Rupali, before you go, I do want to ask you quickly, what's happening with Anupama in the coming episodes? I know that things are happening so quick.
What? My producer, Rajan Shahi, he should be in the CBI. Yeah, because the way he guards his scripts is ridiculous. We have no clue. I have been given the scenes I'm shooting today.
Wow.
I really have no clue what is happening ahead. I mean, there's this chunk that comes, and his whole entire creative team is like, Ketki is like, we are working on it. We're still cracking it. Yeah, we are kind of working on it. So we have no clue what is happening ahead.
In fact, I spoke to your team and they were telling me that we're still working on the scenes for tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow? Do actors not get any headway when you leave it?
No. And it's been 2.5 years. And initially, I said, batao to see aage kya ho raha hai. So I can work my graph. I can do something. Now I've kind of given up. I'm like, okay, fine. This is how it is. Accept it and do your best.
But the way you turn it around and the way things are portrayed on screen, we would never know that you get the scenes probably a day before.
Exactly. That is when your fantastic directors come in, your excellent DOP comes in, your great writers come in who've written such dialogues, and your creative team, your editors who kind of hide all your goof ups, and the music that covers it all, and then finally Rajan sitting on the scenes, and suddenly, I don't like this, I'm going to chop like 15 seconds. Hello, 6 minutes gone from this episode. Hello, we just shot for it. There was a bank, right? Yeah. So it's gone. So yeah. So see, actors are seen on screen. but it is what goes on behind. From the dada who holds the thermocol to the spot boy who roams around the entire set giving, ma'am chair le lo, ma'am ye le lo, wo le lo. I'm not saying that we don't work hard. I at least for myself, I work very hard. But I'm sure all the other actors do too. But for us, we still have it relatively easy. I have a room. I can relax. I can change. I'm like, okay. I get a chair wherever I'm standing, ma'am chair, whatever, बैठने की जगह है. Suddenly, but then if you see those light man carrying those heavy lights, and the DOP constantly at the camera and constantly being there, लाइट अप करो, ये सेटअप करो, वो करो, डायरेक्टर का अगले सीन में दिमाग चला जाता है, बाकी सब इतना मेहनत करते हैं. थर्माकोल जैसी लाइट वाइट सेट कर लिया, इमीजिएटली आके दे आर लाइटमैन आर होल्डिंग द थर्माकोल, somebody, the assistants are kind of following the scripts, helping us with the scripts. There's so much that goes on behind, and then that one actor stands up and faces the camera, delivers lines, and gets all the accolades. But it is them who kind of push us there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I feel so guilty when somebody says, "Oh, you're phenomenal as Anupam," but it's not just me. I have a family. I have a husband who's slogging it out, who's kind of sacrificing so much, who's kind of doing so much at home, who's taking care of my child so that I can be here. My son, who misses out on his mother's time, he's not been well. Like, he was at home for 5 days. His mother was not here. I was shooting day night. And, that poor child is sacrificing his time with his mother. He's growing up for the last 2.5 years without his mother. People who come here on the sets, they are working. They are away from their families. Their families are sacrificing. Everyone, those workers, those technicians, those editors who are round the clock on the job. So, it's so many people. So when somebody says, "Rupali, you're fantastic as Anupa," I feel very guilty. It's not just me.
There's like hundreds of people behind you, and do you know what?
Yes,
I completely
yes.
agree. I think that the way you describe
Yes,
that
but
is incredible.
I just feel when actors say that, "Yeah, thank you, yeah, I know I perform," I just feel, no, there's so much behind you. There's so much behind you.
Rupali, absolutely fantastic. I'm getting all sorts of ashare from the door. I think they probably want you to calling you in for a shot. So I'm going to leave this here. I want you to just say to all the fans out there, just everyone. I know you don't give many interviews, so this is a bit of an exclusive. So I'm so happy that you're given this.
It's just same questions, Raj. It's just I mean, like, I get bored of interviews, so yeah.
तो मुझे क्या
बोला है बताओ.
तो मेरे लिए तो exclusive था ना ये interview.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you. No, you though, I hoped it too. I was supposed to come to London to do this with you. Yeah, we were supposed to do it in London, but I just hope I get to London soon. Yeah, I want to see London. मुझे देखना है.
I think what you need to do is bank episodes for about 2 weeks or something like that. एक week के लिए तो आ जाओ. Yeah. I know. I need to speak to him actually. Rupali, this is the final message.
Thank you so much. अनुपमा को इतना सारा प्यार देने के लिए, for giving us so much love, for giving the entire team so much love. So on behalf of my entire unit of Anupama, the entire on-set unit, the behind-the-scenes unit, on behalf of my family, which kind of sends me here, on behalf of everybody, I accept all the love, all the blessings, all the prayers that you send out for us. And seriously, I had never expected what is happening to this show. It still feels like a dream, and I just hope you all continue to make this dream go on so much ahead, so that everybody, it's not just one person, it is an entire unit which is dependent on a show. And when you guys give it so much love, that is when a show goes ahead, thrives. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Rupali, before you go, I do want to ask you one personal question.
Yes.
That is, when you're not in your ghetto for Anupama, do you like wearing saris? Are you the kind of person to be not wearing saris?
I love wearing saris.
Yeah.
I've been wearing saris since I was 11 years old. So if you tell me wear jeans and go out and do things, I'm more comfortable wearing a sari, because my father brought me up like this, and saris are my comfort zone. So when I started Anupama, Rajan kind of the cotton saris, and I love cotton saris. I'm a proper Bengali girl in that sense.
Yeah.
I love cotton saris. So the whole Anupama look initially was like a lot of it. Of course, Rajan had certain vision in mind, but it was kind of, a lot of it was me too.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You know what? Absolutely amazing talking to Rupali Ganguly. The show is a success, not just because of Rupali. Rupali said because there's so many other people that are around her. So massive success to the whole team of Anupama that's made the show number one, not just India, but also in the UK. Thank you, Rupali.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.